recording now.
Hello, this is Stuffed Steve. Yes, today we're going to stuff this crappie. From the other videos, you could watch those and see how the body was made, how the skin was prepared, all the basic little sewing you need to do, and leading up to this point. So let's see how he turns out. Okay, we got our bowl of stuff in here. First we got him sewed up here, and we got his throat sewed there. We got his head mounted, stuffed, and his cheeks and everything. Now we can put him down, just keep it fluffy and get it to the ends. Okay, just like that. Kind of shape it, be real careful. Be real careful. Shape it in there. Because it can all be fixed when it's dry. Okay, then we get down around the fin roots. We get them all snug to the tail there. Then we can go to the throat, which is very delicate. We just put little bits at a time in there. Underneath his throat. Little bits at a time. Don't want to press too hard, he's very delicate. Crappies are notorious for being delicate. Now one little false move and you're done. Ooh, scary to a fish taxidermist. Then pack the back of his head real nice, along his loin there, along his back. And we just real even like, just put a layer of this fish filler. This is the best I've found. It grabs and locks the scales very good, very well. You get a more natural product at the end. Just make sure it's all nice and level in there. Okay. Now we'll take the artificial body. And this part here will fit him to his head cavity. Just support that. Just push it very lightly in there like that. Get him symmetrical. Press down in there. That's why I like this towel here, so it presses right in there. Okay, now we can sew a little bit. That's why I like to say stand up, so you get the symmetrics right. And then just go here and start sewing. Be very careful when you sew. It's an art to it. Okay, make sure the tail's lined up. Start sewing. You never saw anything like this before. A fish mounted upside down. Snug the threads in real nice. Okay, to get some symmetrics, we got his tail. Sure, a filler. Here, the filler. Okay, put a little bit on the bottom, put a little bit on the top, evenly. We're just kind of going from the front around to the back. Not too much because you still got to sew it. Okay, see how nice and level that is? Okay, well, we kind of preliminary. And we leave a little place here, so if we need more, we could put it in later. Okay, I'd like to get that all fluffy. Okay, now, we got him shaped pretty good. Okay, now, keep sewing, make sure it's all nice and even. And we'll just start sewing him up. Make sure you don't get your thread tangled. Make sure he snugs real nice. And we go to the other side. Make sure you don't get it messed up. It's all level. That fish filler will grab into the scale pockets. Okay. And we can just go right on down and shape him from the back. Snug him down real good. Okay. Now we got a little piece of masonite right here. And that's for the screws be put in. That's later, we could fix that. But right now we're just closing him up. Let's see what he looks like. Okay. You might want a little filler here. You can put him a little bit here to make sure it's got enough. You don't want him too thick now. See how nice that thread lays in there. We got a couple more stitches. Now we're getting real close to the head. I made a little hole in the collarbone right here. So then take the needle, snug him up. Now we can just tie him off. Borrow one of these threads from the back. Now we can snug him right up. And there you go, folks. There you go. One mounted crappie. There he is. With an eyeball. Looks good. Now we just clean him up and put him on the drying rack and fix these fins and let them scales lock in real good and let him dry. Well, here he is. All carded. All the scales are locked in. All these fins are carded. His tail supported, his head supported with this packing material. All that is shaved wood. You find it in couches, in the backs of archery targets, etc. That's all it is shaved wood and cardboard. And that'll help draw the slime and moisture out of this fish. And now the scales will lock into my fish filler, and when the light skims across it, it'll be real pretty. It'll look real natural. And now, finally, I just have to put a little more stuff in his mouth and shape that. And there you go. One mounted crappie ready to dry. You can tell when he's dry when you pick him up. It'll be real light. He's not a monster. He's not a giant bass. But he's beautiful and will be very pretty when he's dry and finished. This is Stuff and Steve. We'll all win in the end. Thank you very much.